gonna weld, right? You guys know that they sell these gloves. You can get 3 pair of them for like $5. Best gloves in the world. Okay. You want a pair of gloves? Here. You want a pair of gloves? You want some gloves? Another thing you guys need to be wearing is eye protection. Okay. What's another important thing that we have to have handy if we're welding? What?
Wet rag.
Fire extinguisher. Fire extinguisher, wet rag,
Or out there.
eyeglasses, all of that
He
stuff.
said wine.
Okay.
Oh, bucket water.
Okay. So what kind of, what do you got? What do you, did you cut some copper?
Yeah, I got it right here.
I know you guys, tools cost money, okay? These here are very, very good whenever you get into the bigger sizes of copper, okay? 5/8, 3/4 and on up. You can whip this off there pretty quick. These are called what you call close cuts. That's what they were designed for. They didn't come out with these until about 15 or 20 years ago. And so the reason why they call them close cuts is because usually you have 2 pieces of copper, and that way you can get in between them, because obviously these wouldn't work very good, right? Okay. You also have to be careful whenever you go out and buy these, this size here, because most of our units have smaller copper, so you would need a smaller set for this size copper. Okay. So you have 3 different sizes. Now-
Why they have this size here?
Do what?
Why they have this size? Is it
That's
a
what they were
reason?
installed with whenever their properties were
It is
built.
not a
That's what
big
they
difference.
used. So used to, this is what all the units had, and as we progressed through the years, our efficiency ratings for air conditioners went up. And as our efficiency ratings went up for air conditioners, coil sizes become bigger. And whenever coil sizes become bigger, then the copper has to get bigger. Okay? So that's why everything's increased, because of efficiency. Okay? Your standard 30 years ago, 10-seer air conditioning unit just had a little small copper on it. Okay? The difference is between it, though, is that the stuff that was built 30 years ago is still running, right?
Yeah.
Some of the stuff that we buy nowadays, like our refrigerators and our air conditioners and all that, it's what, 10 years?
Yeah, maybe.
10 years, so, yeah. Another thing, you know, you guys are using a lot of these couplers. So you have what you call a coupler, 5/8 coupler. Okay, you have 3/4 couplers, you have 1/8, you have 90 degrees, you have 45 degrees, you have all of that, right? Yes. These are good to have, but in most situations, do you have the 3/8 copper?
I don't.
I brought it up.
Uh-uh.
Yeah, it was in with that other row.
Oh, 3/8. Oh, I'm sorry. Sure, you can have it.
Okay, so most, or I'm not going to say most, all of the new units that we get, if I went over there and I looked at that unit, it's 3/8 copper. It's this size going into there.
What does it say?
This size here is a 1/4 inch. It comes out of the walls usually
Yeah.
to all of our new, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So a lot of times what guys are looking for is they're looking for a coupling to put this together with. Well, if you look on this and you put this here, and then you put this here, right? How many welds do you have to make?
2.
2, right? Okay.
Close together too.
Right. So if I've got 3/8 copper on there already, and I know that I've got to connect to this coming out of the wall, and this is going to my unit, right? Mm-hmm. If all I kept was this, and I didn't purchase any more of this, and I didn't want to go buy a bunch of these, because I got to have them every time I go weld, right? Okay. So you can cut this the length that you need, because it's coming out of the condenser. And you can take this and use get you a pretty good pair of needle nose or a swedging tool, and just open that up a little bit. Stick this down in there and weld it one time instead of 2 times. Same way with 3/4 copper. So all of our new units, they have 3/4 coming out of them, right? So I don't want to go buy a bunch of these, right? This here's what's coming out of the wall is 5/8. If Chris had some 3/4, I would show you that I could come out of there with the 3/4, and this is coming out of my brick wall, right? I could take the 3/4 and do the same thing with it and stick it down in here. So when you're ordering copper and stuff on property, or you want to ask for something different, tell them, say, if you're using 5/8 and 1/4, tell them you want to buy 3/8 and 3/4 and 3/4. That way everything slips, and you can do away with all the couplings.
Okay.
You don't have to have no more couplings.
That's 3/4?
This is 5/8.
5.
So you want to go bigger. That's what you want to do. You don't have any 3/4, huh?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I really don't.
Okay, so let's get back to what we were doing here. Does this work, Craig?
Yep.
I didn't know.
Yeah, it worked.
It works.
Yeah, I might have to close it up some more. It's okay if you pinch that copper a little bit.
Okay. Okay, another thing, you don't have to turn it all the way on. And guys get crazy with this thing. So a lot of people think that you got to turn this
No, you just gotta crack it
all the way on. You don't have to do that. You just crack it open
air.
a little bit.
That's it, okay.
Another thing is you need this tool, or so you use this tool or two on your pump downs, right? So the other side of this will fit it as well. Okay. Never use these on these, because if you do, the next time I go to use it, I'm gonna be madder than HELL at you. Okay? Because what happens is this gets rounded off, and then you can't even get a hold of it. And then before you know it, you're using vice grips to try to clamp down on it. Okay? So just crack it open, use the proper tool to open it. Okay?
You got that fire extinguisher handy?
Close to me.
Anybody need a light? Okay, so whenever we're brazing, these torches here, they take a while to get warm. This is called a turbo torch. Okay, works off acetylene. Okay, and it mixes the way it's designed to do. Is it's got a little thing in there that spins that mixes the air with it. That way you don't have to have the oxygen.
Okay.
Okay, so on smaller copper, we don't need it that high. But as copper gets bigger, we need more heat, okay? So the difference between this and acetylene, you used to using acetylene, and
Yeah, we use that.
the difference between these two is that one gets hotter than the other.
This does or doesn't?
The other. Acetylene and oxygen is hotter than this does. So what you got to do is you want to make sure it's heated up good. Now, in certain circumstances, you can't even get back here to see, right? Because you can't get your head in there, right? So you can take and you can heat this up just a little bit, and you can put a bend in it like this, okay? Which will help you in the end. So you want to make sure that you got it good and hot first. And always start towards the back. And you can roll this around just like that. And then up under just like that. Okay? So you want to wait till this cools off just a little bit. Okay? Yeah, you can pour water on it, but as soon as it turns back dark like that, you're pretty much good with it. Okay? All right. Simple as that. I say simple as that, but I'm gonna let you
Yeah,
try it,
same-
and then we'll let everybody
Same thing
try.
with this. You coil this stick down.
Stick down.
Oh yeah.
Heat it up. Okay, so are you left-handed or right-handed?
Right-handed.
You are right-handed, okay.
So it's important to move this around?
Not necessarily. Wait till it turns red.
Okay.
Go ahead and put it on it. Right on the crack. Be steady. There you go. Don't get it. Whoop, you're gonna get. There you go. And put some on that side. You got it. That's good. You're good. You're done. You're done. You're good.
Jimmy, do you want to
You're good.
show him what happens if he doesn't want to wait?
Do you want me to sing you a song so you're not nervous? What's your favorite music?
I'm not nervous, Jimmy.
I know you're not. You can do it. I believe in you. Good.